אוקיי, so, ערב טוב לכולם, שלום, מה נשמע? ברוכות, ברוכים הבאים. שלום לכל מי והפעיל מצלמה, יותר קל להגיד שלום. שלום לחברים מארצות הברית, מה נשמע שאני? היי, צדוק, הזקן, וואו. בטלפון נשמעת בלי זקן. אז שלום לכולם, מה נשמע? גם לשכנים, אביעד השכן. ואנחנו בוובינר על אירנק. אירנק בעצם אתר מילות המפתח הגדול ביותר לאטסי, ואחד הוותיקים, אם לא הוותיק ביותר, ואנחנו נעשה כאן וובינר מלמד. יש לנו אורחת כאן פאם. בעצם פאם היא גם מוכרת באטסי כבר כמה שנים טובות, והאמת שאני מכיר אותה כבר כמה שנים בגלל הערוץ שלה. יש לה ערוץ ביוטיוב מאוד מאוד פעיל, והיא גם עובדת באיראנק, אז הרווחנו פעמיים. אני ממש ממליץ בחום לעקוב אחריה, תחפשו אותה, היא בטח תיתן את הלינק אחר כך. יש לה המון טיפים והמון הערות באלף טובות ככה, איך שהיא רואה את אטסי, היא עושה המון טסטים, כל פעם שמשהו משתנה באטסי, אז אני עוקב אחרי הטסטים שהיא עושה, ממש חוויה לראות את זה. דמות צבעונית כזאת, כמו שאתם רואים, גם בשיח הזה אתם תראו שזה ככה קורה, והיא תעביר אותנו את הוובינר הזה. אני מדי פעם אעצור לתרגום, היא מדברת אנגלית, היא עוד לא הספיקו לי ללמוד עברית, אבל היא תדבר באנגלית ואני אתרגם אותה. מדי פעם אני אעצור אותה לתרגום, ובסוף נשאיר זמן לשאלות. תוך כדי, אם למישהו יש שאלות, אני אשמח שזה יהיה בצ'אט ולא לפתוח מיקרופונים, ואני אעצור אותה מדי פעם, כל סוף פרק לשאלות. אנחנו לא בונים על זה שזה יהיה יותר משעה וחצי הוובינר, אוקיי? כמה שיותר פחות מה שנקרא, אבל בגלל התרגום נראה לי שזה טיפה יתארך. אז אוקיי, אז I'm switching to English. Pam, so I said lovely things about you. You must trust me.
You could have said anything. I understood about 4 words, but I do trust you.
Yeah, we talked about it, right? On shalom and thank you. So later on, I told them about your YouTube channel. So if you can share with us your channel, it will be great. And as I told them, and as we discussed earlier, once in a while I will stop you just for a translation. And at the end of the webinar, there will be a time for questions. And I asked them to ask the question on the chat. So maybe once in a while, I also stop you for some questions, okay?
Awesome. That's great. Yes. If I start talking too quickly, please, please jump in at any point.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. The stage is yours.
Awesome. I think you have to stop sharing your screen and then I can share mine.
We already see your screen now.
That's not my screen.
Yeah,
It's not, it's somebody else's, it's Stadia's.
Okay, I will stop. Someone else shares. Okay, sorry. Yeah, you're correct.
There we go. Hopefully that's me now. Okay. Thank you so much for having me here. It's exciting to be part of this really cool group, it looks like. And yeah, stop me if you don't understand anything or I speak too quickly. But yeah, I wanted to talk about Erank, and specifically keywords and why it's a bit nerdy, but why I'm excited about keywords. So I have to be on the correct screen to change pages. Yep, so what we want to talk about today is, firstly, I want to cover some basics. I'm sure Liren's covered all of these, but just make sure that everybody's up to speed so we're all on the same page. So we're going to talk what is SEO, why keywords are so important for you all, and then talking about things like how to use keywords to time travel trends. You can predict what's going to be happening and hopefully get in ahead of trends. what are super keywords, how to find those superstar keywords, and basically using tools like the Erank keyword tool, how to find those keywords that you're looking for. And hopefully we'll go into some examples that might be useful for some of you, I hope. Then we've got a couple of exciting new Erank tools. We have an AI integration to help you build your listings. If you suffer from things like writer's block, I know I do when I sit at a brand new page and think, what am I going to write? So we can work with AI a little bit and hopefully helps you build your listings a bit. And another very exciting new tool that's just been out in the past couple of months, that's our Erank Sidekick that I'll hopefully be able to share with you as well. So let's get into it. Firstly, SEO. Sounds complicated. People talk about it all the time, but SEO is just, it stands for search engine optimization. And this is the steps that we take to explain to Etsy what your items are. So the search engine is that bar at the top of Etsy that people type into to find things. And search engine optimization is what we're doing to hopefully tell Etsy we would like to show up in that search page for our items. And yeah, nearly forgot. Most important thing, in the Etsy handbook, the ultimate guide to Etsy search, there is a lot of information on what Etsy's looking for with SEO, what they want you to do with your listings to hopefully explain better. So every Etsy seller should check in, I believe, on the ultimate guide to Etsy search every now and again. It's a really useful tool that Etsy's given us. But the basic rundown, SEO isn't actually that complicated. There's lots of different things that Etsy uses here that I haven't covered in the slide, but the most important thing is having listings that people want to buy. So, you know, having the things that people want, having a great photograph, making sure that your descriptions and everything are understandable. But the things that we can do that directly impact your SEO is things like your title. This is one of the most important, in conjunction with your pictures, it's one of the most important places because the algorithm, the Etsy algorithm understands your title, but it's also what customers see. So if someone searches for something and your title matches exactly what they're searching for, the customer goes, I understand your item is what I was looking for. And then the tags are mainly for the algorithm. Customers aren't really looking at them so much. And these back up your title. So the most important keywords you put in your title, and then your tags, you repeat those in your tags, and then fill in everything else that you can think of that might be relevant for your listing. Descriptions. The Etsy algorithm, Etsy tell us they do look at descriptions. However, it's only to sort of extra back up what's going on. Descriptions are most important. They're there for your customer. So you just make sure you explain what your item is and you kind of answer any questions that the customer might have before they can ask them. The size of it, the materials, how they go about, you know, if there's a complicated process of ordering, if it's personalized or stuff, absolutely anything that could be useful for the customer. And then we have the shop quality and listing score. And these are things that Etsy add to sort of our whole store. So your titles and tags and descriptions help you for that listing for those specific keywords, but your shop listing and quality score sort of helps your entire shop. So make sure your shop's filled out with your policies, about section, all of that. You post on time when you say you're going to, and have good customer service. Getting bad reviews and things, obviously not all customers can be 100% happy, but if you keep as many of them happy as possible, have good reviews, then this will help your shop listing and quality score, which helps everything rank a little bit better in search. But of course, to know what we want to put into our title and tags, we have to know the terms that we want to rank for.
Pam, can I translate it for a minute?
Yes, please. Yes.
Go back, scroll back. אז בעצם מה שהיא אומרת, can you go to the yes,
Yep,
for this one,
this
this
one,
page.
yeah.
אז בעצם הדברים שמשפיעים על ה-SEO בעיקר באטסי זה הכותרת, התגיות, מעט מאוד תיאור המוצר והדירוג של החנות. ובעצם מה שהיא אומרת זה שהדבר החשוב ביותר זה בעצם הכותרת, שהיא תהיה, ששם לשים את העיקר, את הביטוי העיקרי, את הדבר העיקרי שיש בפריט, לדוגמה אם זה שרשרת פנינים ארוכה, אז שזה מה שיש שם, ואת זה לגמרי לגיטימי לחזור על זה בתגיות. מעבר לזה, אומרת שרצוי לרשום בתוך תיאור המוצר גם דברים, העדיפות של תיאור המוצר היא פחותה, אוקיי? לעומת הכותרת והתגיות. אני בטוח שיש כאן עוד שאלות על זה, אבל נמשיך הלאה. Please continue. I can't hear you for some reason. Let's see. Can you try to talk, Ben? No, I can hear you. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see.
לירן, אני ביקשתי לדעת אם תחלקו את המצגת.
אני מקליט את זה, יהיה לך את כל ההקלטה. תודה.
תודה.
Pam, can you try it now? Okay. Yeah, now we can hear you.
Right. That's sorry. The app that's running my microphone decides to shut down every now and again. Thank you for letting me know there. Oh. Technology's great. Sorry about that. Okay, hopefully we're back again. Right. So the words and phrases that customers are search bar on Etsy are what we call keywords. These are different but similar to your tags because these are the actual terms that customers are typing in. And if we can find out what customers are typing in, that gives us great potential. We know what people want to buy, and also it's free. You don't have to pay for adverts or whatever else. If people are finding you from the search bar, this is new customers that you haven't got following you on social media or anything. It's not your friends and family. It's new people for free. So that's why I find keywords is a great help in the puzzle of trying to sell well on Etsy. So what are you looking for with keywords? And we'll go into this a wee bit more as well. But I look for 3 things. And the most important thing is that your keyword describes what your item is. Because at the end of the day, if you found the perfect keyword that tons of people were looking for, but it wasn't actually related to your item, even if Etsy showed you in that search, sounds pretty basic, but some people do this. If Etsy showed you in this search, the customer would be like, that wasn't what I was searching for, and won't click on it. So it has to be something that describes your item. And then this is where the keyword tools come in. We have to find things that people are searching for. Now, this is a balancing act. Obviously, it's very difficult. And I understand most of you are artists and real creative people, and it can be difficult to find the right keywords for your niche. I know I sell needle felted dogs, and when I started work, nobody had heard of what needle felting was. So I had to find the way that people were searching for my items rather than the process, how I would describe it. But at the end of the day, if no one's searching for the keyword, no one can find you. You can't make any sales. And then there's the level of competition. This is the number of other listings there are for Etsy to show when someone searches for that keyword. So again, this is a balance. Depending on the size of your shop, that listing and quality score that we talked about before, if you have a great shop that's doing really well and has lots of good sales and reviews and even has been doing really well in a specific keyword, then Etsy's going to go, I trust this shop, we're going to rank them a little bit higher. If you're a smaller shop, you might have to start with easier keywords. So I can't tell you what the competition level is that's right for your shop, but we want to look for things that have a level of competition that you know sort of you've been able to rank and search for in the past. So SEO is like a science project. You've got to find good potential things and experiment with them. Nobody can tell you the perfect keyword time that are always going to work. I really wish that we could. But using Erank, we can help you identify potential keywords for you to be able to experiment with in your listings. Okay, so here's
can I translate this?
Oh, yes. Yes, you want me to go back?
So I'll have to speak in English. אז בעצם מה שאנחנו מבינים שיש כאן משחק למצוא את מילות המפתח הנכונות עבור הפריט שלנו, עדיף שיהיה כמה שיותר מדויק, זאת אומרת לא לדבר על דברים שהלקוחות, לא לשים בתגיות או בכותרת דברים שהם לא בעצם הפריט, כי מה שיקרה הלקוחות יגיעו ולא יקליקו על הפריט שלנו, ואז ירד לנו הדירוג, כי כתבנו דברים לא קשורים. אוקיי, כתבנו סמלה כחולה בעוד שזה חולצה אדומה. לדוגמה. דבר נוסף, אנחנו צריכים לחשוב מה הלקוחות מחפשים, ולא תמיד אנחנו יודעים לעשות את זה, ובגלל זה יש את אירנק ושאר כלים בסגנון. והדבר הנוסף שנאמר כאן זה הדירוג שלנו. ככל שהחנות יותר חזקה, יותר מוכרת, אלו הם החנויות שעולות על החיפוש של המילה לדוגמה נקלס, או אפילו גולד נקלס. אוקיי, מילות חיפוש פשוטות בחנויות שהן לא עם עשרות אלפי מחירות, אז זה בעצם המילים הנישתיות, המילות זנב ארוך, לדוגמה שרשרת פנינים עם טליון של יונה, אוקיי, או קערת קרמיקה לדגנים, ולא רק קערת קרמיקה, בעצם הביטויים הארוכים, על זה בעיקר אתם תעלו בחיפושים כחנויות חדשות. Thank you, Pam.
Okay, no problem. So here's an example I just wanted. I talked at the start, we're going to talk about time traveling trends. So this is just an example of something that I had looked at a while ago. This is a screen, part of a screen that you're going to see in a minute from Erank, but it was from a keyword that I'd actually found for one of my items. And when I was looking, I thought, I make bookmarks. I made cat bookmarks at the time. And I thought, I wonder if people are searching for dog bookmarks. So I used Erank to search for dog bookmark. And this was just, I think it was around about March, April of 2022. I went to have a look for this and I could see that there was a peak around Christmas time. And I thought to myself, is it possible that that peak could repeat the next year? So if I could make things, and probably most of us find this time of the year tends to be quieter for many of us. Some shops are seasonal, that they do well in the summer, but most of us do well towards the end of the year. So I was, rather than freaking out and trying to update everything in my shop, I was saying, okay, what can I do that might be good potential things for the time when my shop's likely to be busy? So I thought to myself, perhaps dog bookmarks will sell well towards the end of the year. So I tried making a few listings based on that. And as you can see from the graph, towards the end of that year, absolutely, people started searching for the same thing. So this is, on many of the Erank tools, we have like a 15-month trend graph. So you're able to look and see, oh, at this time of the year, last year, this was doing well. And you can think to yourself, is this maybe a seasonal thing, a thing that comes up every year?
I'm translating. אז בעצם מה
right.
שהיא הראתה כאן בגרף זה שיש ביטויים שמונתיים, והיא מצאה את הביטוי הזה לדוגמה דוג בוקמרק, שהוא היה מאוד פופולרי באזור הקריסמס של 2021, והוא חזר להיות פופולרי מן הסתם בקריסמס הבא. אז בעוד שהיא זיהתה את זה בסוף 2021, היא בעצם יצרה פריטים כאלה ותגיות כאלה ב-2022, שזה באמת נוכל למצוא לעצמנו טרנדים עונתיים, או לפחות מילות מפתח שמתאימות לעונה, ולהשתמש בהם מדי פעם, זאת אומרת, לקראת העונה שמגיעה. Thank you.
Okay. I think actually this would be a good time. We've had enough of the slides to dive in and have a play around with the tool, if I can get everything to work, hopefully. I've got to check I'm on the right page. This one, I think. Okay, so hopefully you can see my Erank page, and I was talking about the keyword tool. So when you're looking for things, when you're looking for keywords, the first thing we want to be thinking about, we're talking about the words and phrases that people are searching for. So generally, you don't want to go too specific with what you make. Like I said about my needle felted dogs, nobody's searching for that. So you would want to go a little more broad. So if you sold wire wrapped gold and some kind of stone earrings, I don't wear much jewelry, you'd be better off maybe to start with the keyword earrings and drill down the way rather than to find to just go that specific, which I'll show you in a second. But let's have a look. Liran came up with some things that might be relevant for people watching. And what I'm doing, I'm just searching here. This takes you to the keyword tool if I use this top search bar. You can also get there, I've collapsed down the side menus. You can get here from keyword research, the keyword tool, that takes you to the same place, but you can just type in a keyword at the top. Now, there is a drop down of certain countries you can look at, which has expanded over the past couple of years. We are expanding as we get more data. However, you can probably tell I'm from the UK. I'm not even from the USA. I've picked the USA to start with because still a good 50% of all buyers are still in the US. So it's much better, in my opinion, to start off doing your search there, get the biggest data. And to be honest, a lot of trends in the US follow through the rest of the world. So it's a good place to start there. And then you can narrow down if you want to the other countries you might sell in. We don't have everywhere yet, unfortunately. These are all the countries we have, but hopefully it's enough to help. And definitely, I did most of my keyword research for my shop using the USA.
Okay, so can I translate a bit?
Yes, please.
אז בעצם, קודם כל אנחנו כבר בתוך Erank, באתר עצמו. אני אגיד רגע במילה, יש גרסה חינמית, ויש גרסה בתשלום, אבל חיפוש מילות המפתח הוא חינמי. אוקיי, אז כרגע היא מחפשת, בהתאם לשיחתנו הקודמת, היא מחפשת בעצם לדוגמה ג'ודאיקה, והיא מציעה לחפש לפי ארצות הברית, זה ברירת המחדל, כי רוב הקהל גם ככה יושב שם, ועוד רגע נצלול להבין, אבל כרגע זה בתוך האתר Erank, אוקיי, שכאן יש, פשוט נראה עוד רגע את התוצאות, מה זה אומר ואיך היא מנתחת את זה. Yes, please. Thank you, Pam.
Okay. So what you're seeing to start with here, the keyword statistics is a really handy little thing. It's showing you in the USA, because that's what we searched for, the number of average monthly search for, and then the average clicks is the number of people who searched for it and then clicked on a listing they saw in search, and the click-through rate is the ratio of these two numbers. How it can be over 100% is sometimes people search, click on something, and then go back to the search and click on another thing. So we're looking for a good high click-through rate tends to be a better thing because it shows that whatever the people searched for, they saw things they liked. Like if someone searches for something very, very broad, like gift for mum, who knows what they're even looking for? So they might go and refine their search. So although a lot of people search for something, they might not click on it. They might go gift for mum, oh, earrings for mum, and drill down. Whereas if you see a nice high click-through rate, this is telling you, yeah, people were maybe finding what they wanted with that search term. And the competition again, what competition you've got, how many listings you're up against in the USA. So anything at this 35,000 sounds a lot, but in the USA, it's really not a lot to be up against. So that's actually already a pretty good looking keyword. And as we said, the search trend graph shows you when people are searching for this keyword. And Judica, am I saying that correctly? Probably not.
Judaica. Okay.
Judaica, thank you. I have no other languages, so I'm very sorry. But it does look like a fairly all year round search term, so that's good. And then we do get some by country data. So for the countries that we're looking at, but this gives you an idea that, okay, most searches you're going to find the vast majority is to the United States because it's such a much bigger market. But this is also interesting. Something like France is popping up at 11% of the searches by country. So if you were thinking, where do I want to ship to? If you have a physical item to ship, something like this might say, hey, I should maybe look into how the shipping to France is and worry about that more than necessarily some other countries. But where I see the power in this tool is by scrolling down. So the keyword ideas, what you're seeing here is the other searches that customers have used as well as this keyword. And out of the top 100 listings ranking for this keyword, what other tags are they using? So I love to use this. There's a lot of ways you can filter by this, but I love to just use this whole thing because this gives us an idea of a whole load of keywords. And what I'm wanting to do, we can see when you get niche, you're going to see a lot of keywords that don't necessarily have a lot of searches, but it still gives you an idea. You can see when people were searching for baby was in March for some reason. So you get some ideas of some things that people are looking for. For instance, jewelry might be a cool thing. So I use these more often. You can use them to search for the keywords for the items you already have, but something that I find really, really powerful is when you know your niche, but you're not inspired, you don't know what to make today. So you can do a wee bit of keyword research to find out what customers are looking for and see if there's anything relevant for yourself. If you can find a niche that maybe people have just started looking for, and there's not a whole lot of competition, you think, hey, that's something I can make. I'll maybe have a go at that. So one thing I like to do to filter these to make it a little bit easier is click on the search trend column here. If you click on any of these columns, it'll filter by that metric. So I click on the search trend column, and that's showing us the keywords or tags that are searched for the most. Now, obviously, some things will come up that they're not necessarily relevant, but they're very high search terms. So you've got to look at what is relevant for what you make. But it's good to see, like, wall art is a very high searched for keyword. Now, with 13 million competition in America alone, it's unlikely you'll rank for wall art. But if you'd looked, I'm going to say it wrong again, Judaica wall art, if you made something that out of all the 1,100,000 people that are searching for wall art, some of them are also searching for that type of wall art. So it's helping you niche down a little bit. But I like to scroll down and through and find some ones that are, sorry if you can hear a plane going overhead, find ones that have good search volume. So this has ranked it by what's got the most search volume right now. And this little graph is just the same as the graph we saw above for each keyword. It's a quick way to show it. So we're just looking for things that kind of stand out as perhaps having a little lower competition, because like that has 4 million, but at only 45,000, perhaps adding a tag of Israel if it's relevant for your items as well. We don't need just a one-word tag. It could be Israel wool art or something that's relevant. And here's another tool. I wasn't sure if I was going to show you or not. We have this really cool tool. You don't have to save all of these things because we have a keyword lists tool. You might see this little thing down here. This is a keyword list. All I did was I hit new list and made a Liran list. So everything we see that looks a bit interesting, if you hit this little star beside it, then it turns gold, and I can put 100 keywords into this list. So I've added one, and you can see when I look here, Israel's saved. So it's just a way. I used to have hundreds of notebooks when I was doing keyword research. So it's just a way to save them. So we're just looking for things that stand out. For instance, I don't know what that 0 is, but not many people are clicking on it when they see it. So we can immediately go, that's not a good keyword. But when we scroll further down, we see some other things. Okay, you'll have to keep me right here if these are good terms or anything. I don't know.
The
But
Am Israel Chai, meaning Israeli people are living, alive. Israeli nation is alive or something.
Yeah.
So it's a good one. And also the Jewish jewelry, as we can see.
Yeah, okay, so we will keep those.
Can I translate a bit?
Yes, absolutely.
אז בעצם נכנסנו לכלי מילות המפתח, והעמודות האלה כאן, העמודות מראות לנו בעצם את הביטויים. מה שבירוק זה תמיד חיובי, מה שבאדום פחות. העמודות של ה-average search בעצם זה כמות החיפושים. אז חיפשנו, ונזכיר לכם את המילה ג'ודאיקה, ראינו כאן 100 פריטים, את ה-100 פריטים הראשונים שעלו בתוצאות עם המילה ג'ודאיקה. מתוכם היא התחילה לגלול למטה, ובעצם מה שאנחנו מנסים בעיקר לראות, זה למצוא מילות מפתח שיש להם ווליום ירוק, זאת אומרת שיש בהם הרבה חיפושים, מצד אחד, מצד שני שבקומפטישן, בתחרות, זה גם יהיה ירוק או כתום לפחות, זאת אומרת שהתחרות נמוכה. לדוגמה, עם ישראל חי או Jewish jewelry זה שני ביטויים מעולים, כי שניהם הכל ירוק, זאת אומרת מעט מוכרים משתמשים בתגית הזאת, הרבה קונים מחפשים את התגית הזאת. ועוד משהו אחד, למטה היא פתחה פשוט ליסט, רשימה, שהיא קראה לה לירן, כדי לשמור לעצמה מילות מפתח רלוונטיות, שאחר כך היא תשתמש בהם לשים בפריטים שלה. זאת אומרת, אתם יכולים להכין לעצמכם מין רשימה כזאת של ביטויים שאתם אוהבים, שמצאו חן ביניכם, בתוך רשימה שאתם נותנים לה שם, ואז משתמשים בזה בפריטים הבאים. Thank you, Pam.
Thank you. So I think, I'm not even going to try and say it, but this keyword does stand out to me as a good potential keyword if it's relevant for your own listings. The reason for this, it's a keyword that's only started being searched for, but it's recently, and it's got a bit of history behind it. We see something like sipper glass. It's just a 1 month peak. If I see these 1 month peaks, really, what can happen is sometimes Etsy sometimes Etsy will show like a call to action on their front page, like, oh, Mother's Day, click on this. And when you click on it, it populates a search page, basically. So we get results from that. And it is good. It's telling us when Etsy pushed these things, there was an interest. But these can be one-off peaks and go away. So if sipper glass was relevant for you, I would save it, add it to a keyword list, and check next month if people are still searching for it. However, this phrase here, it's been being searched for every single month. So I like that. it's got a reasonable amount of people searching for it. If we compare it to the amount of competition, there's not a whole lot of competition on there. So if that was relevant for you and you were able to make a couple of listings based on that, then there's a good chance of maybe getting seen in the search for that. And also 102% click-through rate. So when people are seeing that, they're liking it. So what you can do, we've saved that already. If you want to drill deeper, this
לא
is what
תתקלח, אתה הולך לישון אולי אם אתה רוצה חצי שעה.
Yeah, so if you want to drill deeper, like I said, if you make earrings or something, start with earrings and then drill down. So this is what I mean by drilling down. So you look around into the related keywords, and then when you see something that looks really good after you've saved a few things that might be relevant, if you then click on this keyword, what it's going to do is it's going to open the keyword tool now for that keyword. So now this does, you have, depending on your level of subscription on Erank, you have a certain number of quota of searches. So this does use up another one of your quota, but we've got a fairly generous quota. But so now this has done a search for this other phrase, so we get to look at it again. We see all the keyword statistics data, we get to see the nice search trend graph, and we get to see, yeah, this very much searched for in the United States and Canada. Interesting to know. And then again, we get to come down and look at the other keywords that are there. So it's interesting to see that people, it's not so popular now, but people were making charms or necklaces, sweatshirts and bracelets, a men's athletic cut t-shirt. So it's interesting to see what people are searching for. But again, I just like to hit this search trend thing to see what other things. So again, you're not looking to just rank for gift, but giving it as a gift. So it's nice to know what kind of things are giftable. And again, I scroll down. Now, this is always a weird one. People search for the words best-selling items. Now, Etsy has bestseller tags and everything. So I wouldn't go using this if it's not true, but I don't know. Why not use it on your best-selling item if people are looking for that? It always amazes me what people search for sometimes. But yeah, so again, we just look, we will dance again, is if that's relevant. Again, that's another being searched for. That could be another one to save. Necklaces. So again, you just save everything that looks like it might work for you. I don't think too much about keyword research. I just do this and just go, oh, that's relevant, that looks interesting, and save all the keywords and then experiment on a listing. But I just wanted to quickly, if I can find the screen as well. We did mention I was using there my expert account at Erank. So I just wanted to show you. This is the free account, which we have on Erank. It's a free forever account. So there is a lot of great things here. Your quotas for certain tools are just lower, and maybe when you look at the top sellers on Etsy, we can see 100. If you have a paid subscription, you can only see the top 5. So you can do just about everything on Etsy. You can still get your keyword lists and all sorts of things. But I just find, let's have a look at a keyword as well. What are we going to do? Dog bookmark. So you can do everything with a free account. It's a good way to nip into things, learn about using the tools and everything. And then the tagline for Erank used to always be, from small things, big things grow, basically. So as your shop's growing, as your keyword ability's growing, you just might find that you're quicker with more of the tools, but everything's there. Like, you can search for the keywords and you can see all these graphs and everything for your keyword. However, when we come down to the related keywords, you get less data. You still get some ideas for keywords. You could absolutely save them into keyword lists, but you would have to search for every keyword individually to get all the data. That's the main differences
I
there.
will translate.
But I believe, sorry?
I will translate it, please.
Yep.
זה בעצם היא מראה לנו עכשיו את הגרסה, שבעצם מה שהיא הראתה רגע שזה בגרסה החינמית, לא רואים את כמות החיפושים, אין את ה-search volume, אבל עדיין אפשר להשתמש גם בגרסה החינמית, זה מצריך יותר עבודה ידנית, והיא אומרת, אפשר, אם אתם חדשים ואתם לא רוצים עדיין לשלם, אפשר בגרסה החינמית. הגרסה בתשלום זה גם מה שראינו קודם, זה כל העמודות מלאות בנתונים, כמות חיפושים. הגרסה החינמית מראה לנו רק את גודל התחרות, אבל לא את כמות החיפושים, שזה מידע בעיניי מאוד מאוד נחוץ. גם רוב התפריטים עובדים בגרסה החינמית, אבל הם לא נותנים את כל המידע לגמרי, ואפשר לשדרג תמיד לגרסה בתשלום. הגרסה בתשלום מתחילה $5.99 לחודש, שזה לא משהו בשמיים, בטח שווה לחודש-חודשיים. Thank you, Pam.
Okay, thanks. Right. Hopefully you're still seeing my screen. I'm trying to... Oh, yeah, I want a different screen. I want... this one, I think. I have too many screens open. Okay, yeah. So another tool I did mention was our AI listing helper. So if you've got some ideas of keywords, but you're just looking at that blank listing page and you don't know what to do about it, we have the AI listing helper. This is an integration with these large language models, this AI that everyone's talking about. And I will say, it's fantastic things, but AI can't do everything. Think of it like an assistant, a tool to work with. Don't just copy things wholesale from the results it gives you. It's given us ideas to get us started, but you always have to work on it yourself. But you just type in here a description of what your listing is. And this, as I said, with a keyword tool, maybe you're starting with something like ring or earring or something. But here you can absolutely kind of describe your whole item, get more descriptive with it. The more that you tell it, the more the little AI can understand. So I tried this Jewish art on canvas. If we hit submit, and then our little AI is going to go off and come up with some ideas. So it comes up with some ideas, some title ideas. Now these aren't keyword optimized, so you have to come in and do that yourself, but it can give you some ideas where to go with your title. Another thing is on Etsy titles, there's so many different ways you can do a title. Do you want a short title? Do you want a long title, a very descriptive title? So you have to change this into your style as well. How do you write your titles? But it gives some ideas. It can be better sometimes than others. It's just an AI. But also it can even give some ideas of things to make. When you've said Jewish art on canvas and it's starting to say contemporary, a modern twist on tradition. Hey, is that something I can make? Would that be a cool thing? So it gives you some ideas. You can copy them straight into your listing. You can copy them and edit them. You can absolutely ignore them depending on what it says. And again, we have 3 ideas for descriptions. I would always watch with AI. It gets a bit flowery with but it can give you some ideas saying like a touch of culture and heritage to your space. Had I maybe wouldn't have thought of talking about heritage. So that's nice. Displays in the living room, bedroom or office. Oh, places that it can be used. So it gets the brain cells working. And where I think it's the most powerful, but we'll see how it's done. It can also give us some tag ideas. And this is the AI, we've just asked it, give some ideas for tags, and then we've integrated this with our keyword tool to show some of the data on this. Now, because it's AI, it might come up with some things that don't have much search volume, but there might be interesting still. Is Hebrew calligraphy, is that an interesting thing? You could dig deeper into that. By itself, is it a great keyword? Probably not. But is it a great idea? Possibly. But the other thing, if you don't get great results here, you can just hit to submit again and it searches again. And because it's an AI, every time it does something, it does it all different. But it's the magic of AI. So again, we get some new ideas, different titles, different descriptions. AI always seems to use words like elevate. I don't know why, it loves that. But then again, Jewish symbols, traditional artwork, it's given us some other ideas. At the minute, it's not finding great keywords, but it's basically your luck, but it can definitely give you some ideas. For instance, right, here's one. We can look at Hebrew calligraphy. If I click on that, it's going to take us back. Is it doing it? It is doing it. It's going to take us back to the keyword tool. That is very strange. Ireland is the only place searching for that specific words. I have no idea why. And so although we've said maybe that isn't the best by itself, are there keyword ideas? Are there other things that work just from that term? And again, let's put that away so you see more on my screen. So again, you could filter it by the search trend, or what are people searching for on this is giving you the average, or you could filter by the competition to try and just like scroll down and find the stuff with lower searches. So modern Christian art, what's relevant there. So Jewish art, we didn't have that as a keyword. And yeah, absolutely just finding the things. And here you go. Hebrew calligraphy, has anyone thought of doing that as a custom bookmark? Because that's not a bad keyword. So this is just a little bit of how I use these tools anyway.
They're asking here if this AI tool is also on the free.
Yes, it's available to everybody, but the quotas are less.
Okay.
I can't remember how many. I think it's like 1 or 2 searches a day, but all of these quotas, they refresh every day. So in some respects, it's a good thing because you can go down a rabbit hole and spend too much time doing all of this. So I'd say for anybody, don't spend more than 15 minutes, 30 minutes doing your keyword research, because you can get, I hear so often people saying, I spent 10 hours on my shop today and I've got no sales. Like, please. But dive in, have a look for some keywords, get inspired, like go away and make a custom Hebrew calligraphy bookmark, rather than digging for extra keywords.
So I want to translate the AI part, okay, for a minute. אז ראינו שיש כלי של AI בעצם, שזה חדש, בעצם אנחנו רושמים בכמה מילים מה הפריט, ותוך רגע הוא יצר גם כותרת, גם תיאור מוצר וגם תגיות. כמובן שככל שנשים יותר ערך, יותר תוכן בהסבר למערכת מה זה, ולא רק נגיד Jewish קליגרפי, אלא בעצם קליגרפיה יהודית כנראה, או קליגרפיה, אני חושב שזה מה שהיינו מוצאים, זה הרבה יותר אפקטיבי מקליגרפיה בעברית. אז בעצם אם היינו מסבירים שזה קליגרפיה יהודית של ברכת הבית, בעיטורים כאלה ואחרים, ככל שנסביר יותר למערכת, היא תדע לתת לנו גם כותרות טובות יותר, גם תיאור מוצר טוב יותר ומדויק יותר על מה שאנחנו עושים, וכמובן גם תגיות. על הדרך אנחנו יכולים לראות את התגיות שהמערכת מציעה לנו, ולבחון, ישר זה מראה לנו תוצאות. ואנחנו יכולים לראות תגיות שהן, שוב, כמו ה-custom bookmark, שהן תגיות יחסית טובות, בהנחה שוב שזה מתאים לפריט שלנו, שזה תגיד שיש בה הרבה חיפושים, ויחסית מעט מוכרים שמשתמשים בביטוי הזה. Thank you, Pam.
Thank you. Okay, hopefully, if I can find do it from here. Okay, final tool that we've got. If we just go to Etsy, and yeah, let's search randomly for a cat. I don't know why this is my go-to search, but let's search for a cat. Now, if you're on Etsy, it's a bit of a pain. My computer's really slow at loading things. It's a bit of a pain to have to dip in and out, go to Erank, go to this, and it kind of breaks your flow. Sometimes you're on Etsy and you're like, but what is the search volume of this? Is this a good keyword that I've just searched for? So we have a brand new tool, which is the Erank Sidekick. So you might be able to see this little orange thing here. This once you've installed it, and by the way, the Erank Sidekick is for Chrome and Chromium type browsers. It's an app that you can add to your browser. Erank have been really careful to make sure there's no privacy problems or everything. I don't understand all of it, but I know the team have worked really hard on that. But yeah, so all that happens when you click this, our little sidekick pops up, and this gives you Erank data right on the page that you're on. So this is showing, I searched for cat on Etsy. This is showing, here's that search trend graph. Here's the countries that are searching for cat. Here's the competition, clicks, and everything else. And the data you get here, we can go and look at. I don't know why this opens slow on my computer. Come on, open stuff. It's always going to do this when I'm doing a demo. It doesn't want to work. But this can show you the listings that are on that page. It shows you the listings, the keywords, the titles, and that, well, the tags and the titles. And then the tags obviously shows you, if I refresh that, well, this is my computer. But so we have the extra tabs here. The tags will show you all the tags that are there, and you also have the ability to copy them, so you could take them to your own listing. You can choose how many you want to copy and save them to your own sheets or anything. Is this, come on, work. Yes,
Hey,
there we go.
great.
Yay.
I'll translate it. Okay, I just wanted to tell you that you can click on it, and while you're clicking, I will translate, but I can see that it's already here, which is great. 1 minute, please. אז בעצם מה שאנחנו רואים כאן זה את התוסף של אירנק, שזה יחסית חדש. אירנק יצאו עם תוסף שהם קוראים לזה סיידקיק. בעצם מורידים את זה, זה מתאים לכרום, למי שיש דפדפן של כרום, זה הדפדפנים של כל מחשב רגיל. ובעצם התוסף הזה מאפשר לנו לראות נושאים כאן, גם הסטטיסטיקות, קודם ראינו כמה אנשים מחפשים בכלל את הביטוי חתול, אחר כך בלחיצה על הליסטינג זה מראה את כל הליסטינג באותו דף, ב-40 פריטים הראשונים שאנחנו רואים כאן, ואחר כך נתונים על הליסטינג האלה, ושהיא לחצה על הטאגס, אז עכשיו בעצם זה משך את מילות המפתח, שהוא מוצא בכל הפריטים שנמצאים באותו דף, וגם את כמות החיפושים שלהם. אז ישר מכאן, מבלי להיכנס לאירנק, אלא ממש כאן, מתוך הגלישה באטסי, אנחנו יכולים לפגוש כבר כאן מילות מפתח רלוונטיות. Thank you, Pam. Thanks.
Okay, thanks. And okay, so this will show up on a number of pages. You'll see it glows orange when it's on a relevant page. But another thing that we added that is super cool, all right, you can see the back end of my shop. Don't steal my ideas. I'm sure nobody will. But if you're in any of your listings, creating or editing a listing, let's just go with this one. Here's an integration of two things. Our AI tool is now sitting at the side, so you can get your ideas from here. So for example, I'm wanting to work on this listing. I've run out of ideas, so I can just copy and paste my title from a listing into the sidekick, the AI helper on the sidekick, and that's going to do the exact same thing. It's going to come up with some title ideas, but I could literally just copy and paste them from here into my listing while I'm working on it. And again, some descriptions and some tag ideas. And again, if you don't like the tag ideas, it's maybe come up with some good ones there. But if you don't like the tag ideas, you can submit again. It takes one of your quota, and it comes up with new ideas every time. And I will say this sidekick is a fairly new feature. It took forever for us to launch this because we were all excited and telling the team, can it do this? Can it do that? So we've given the team tons of more ideas that will be added to this over time to make it even more like this. So you've got more things like when you're working on your listings, there could be even more tools that you can just see directly, so hopefully it will get even better and more intuitive, but we are quite excited about this one. Right. I think that's it from me. I hope that helped everybody, and if you have any questions.
אז קודם כל, אז ראינו עכשיו גם שהתוסף גם עובד על פריטים חדשים. זאת אומרת שהיא עורכת פריט, התוסף קיים גם, ואז תוך כדי היא רושמת ממש בתוסף לדוגמה את הכותרת או מה יש בפריט, ותוך רגע הוא מציע לה גם מילות מפתח וגם תגיות, כותרת, כל מה שאנחנו רוצים. יש כאן שאלה ראשונה, I will translate. Or you can see there is a question how to install the sidekick.
Yep. I'll just get the right page and then I'll share. Because we've seen my computer's running slow just now. So it's really simple now if I find the right page to share. So from your dashboard on Erank, well, from any page on Erank, your side menu here, we have the extension. All you have to do is click on that and it will take you to the Google Store to be able to download the extension. It's absolutely free.
אוקיי, אז זה חינמי וראיתם, אפשר להוריד שם את הדבר הזה. יש לנו, any other questions, someone? Let me check. אם למישהו יש שאלות, אז תכתבו. כן, יש כאן שאלה לגבי המסלולים. They ask about the upgrades, how much it costs and things like this, if I want to upgrade from the free version.
Yeah, we have 3 upgraded plans. We have the basic, which is $5.99. This is in dollars. Pro is $9.99, and I can't remember how much expert is at the minute in time. But you're able to upgrade at any time from your free account to any of the levels. And again, if you were basic and you wanted to upgrade and get even more quotas, you could upgrade there as well. But I think Liran might have a little code for you. Right?
Yeah, thanks for reminding. I will put it on the search, on the chat. על סייט אין היברו, יש לנו לינק עם הטבה, ביקשתי מהם, זה הטבה לשבוע להתנסות בחינם בגרסה של האפגרייד. אוקיי, אז אפשר פשוט ללחוץ על זה, ואז זה ייתן לכם שבוע התנסות בחינם ללא כסף בגרסה המשודרגת למי שעדיין אין לו. לגבי השאלה מה ההבדל בין הגרסה המשודרגת של האקספרט, לדעתי אפשר בגרסה של ה-599 היא די ויותר, הגרסה המשודרגת זה לכמה יוזרים גם, וכזה לארגונים מה שנקרא, זה פחות רלוונטי. מה לגבי מי שמשתמש באדג', אז לכבוד זה תפתחי את הכרום. האם אפשר להשתמש בקוד שלך כדי לשדרג? כן, אם יש לך מנוי בתשלום, אז את לא צריכה לשדרג, את כבר בתשלום, אז לא ייתן לך עוד שבוע חינם. Any other questions? Let me see. אולי אתם רוצים לשאול אותה כאן על ה-SEO, שאלות מה עדיף? Yeah. There is a question, okay? What is the what is the most important thing? You said that Etsy, we have kind of a score for each listing or for the shop itself. What is the main things? I mean, how do they measure it? Measure our shop?
Yeah, they can't tell us absolutely everything. And they are using AI and everything else. Your shop score is based on having your policies filled out correctly, having an about section, and your reviews shipping on time and not having like lots of negative reviews and cases against you. There is also, they do tell us that kind of the age of your shop matters in so much as if you have a brand new shop, you're not expected to have any kind of score there. So you get a little bit of a boost for a brand new shop just so they can understand what you're all about, basically. It's not, you don't need to worry too much about it, or just make sure that one time that your shop's filled in all correctly with everything you need. You don't need to keep on changing it or anything, just as long as it's fine for the customer. Make sure everything's filled in, and just make sure, as I'm sure you all do, give awesome customer support. And that's all that's needed.
Thank you. And they are asking about, there is some possibilities about this keyword. It's what is better, default, broad, exact match?
Oh, for keywords. Well, to rank a little bit higher in search, Etsy tells us that having the exact match to what the person is searching in for gives you a slight boost in search, but there's so many factors to what help you rank that basically if you're slightly, like, you say it, the words are the other way round, or the whole phrase is split up through the title or something, but when customers see your listing in search, they click on it loads and they buy it loads. That's more important than the little boost for having the exact match. So I would always err on the side of what is looking better, what is easier for the customer. You want to include your keywords into the title and the tags, but in a way that looks good and is helpful for the customer.
Thank you. Another question was about technical tags, meaning like, should I put my materials on the tags?
You do have a material section to put your materials. I'm not entirely sure that Etsy does much with that, but again, it can help the customer, especially if they have an allergy to something or they really need to know something. You also have the attributes that would often talk about, like if you said a jewelry or something, it might like give you the option for gold or silver or something. So you don't need to, but at the same time, if someone is searching, if your item is a gold ring, I don't think it hurts to say it's a gold ring, because that's what it is. So you don't have to include all of your materials in the tags, but perhaps the relevant ones that are what would be interesting to the customer.
Okay, thank you. And there is another question about some of Orit's items are deactivated by Etsy for some reason. Is it affect her scoring?
Not.
I'm glad that you should answer and not me. Okay.
I'm not aware of it affecting your score. If Etsy does tell us that sometimes you make mistakes. You've done, like, I'm sure most of us when we started on Etsy have made mistakes. I certainly did. And if Etsy sees something and the rest of your shop's great and they just take one thing down, that shouldn't affect anything. Rather than saying it affects your store, if Etsy is having to take down loads of things, then it's more likely that they would see you as a problematic store and they'd want to shut your whole store down. So, and if you're here and you're asking, you're probably not a problematic store. If you've made one or two mistakes and you sort out and you don't repeat the mistakes, or if, let's face it, Etsy makes some mistakes and take down things incorrectly, that's not going to hurt you, or it shouldn't hurt you for sure.
Okay. Does Erank refer to the image in any way?
The only real thing we have about the image just now is we have a listing audit tool where we, using Etsy best practices, we tell you if there's any sort of easy win changes you could make to a listing, and we will tell you, oh, you've only got one image. This listing could perhaps be a little bit better if you were to add more images. And also you are going to see, like, when you use the rank checker or something like that, or when you use some of the other tools and you're seeing the competition, you'll see what everybody's images look like. I love to do that. You can even do that in the keyword tool, the other listings, and just look at what's ranking high in the search and go, oh, that's the kind of pictures they have. They have, like, if for some reason you were aiming for wedding ring, but your images were kind of bright and bold and childish and, you know, fun, and you looked and you thought, oh, everyone else's wedding rings are like white and elegant and beautiful. Maybe I don't want to aim for a wedding ring. I could aim for a certain different thing because that's maybe not the style that people are looking for. Or you could like to stand out from the crowd and say, I'm absolutely going with that because we have a fun wedding ring here.
Okay, I'll translate it. בעצם הייתה שאלה אם אירנק מתייחס בכלל לתמונות. זאת אומרת, האם הוא בוחן את התמונות באיזה רמת AI או משהו כזה, אז התשובה היא לא, מצד אחד. מצד שני, כן, אפשר לראות, הרבה פעמים אני מראה את זה ברנק צ'קר, בתוך אירנק, שתסתכלו על המתחרים שלכם, שם רואים ממש את התמונות של כל פריט שלהם, את התמונות הראשונות, ואז תשימו לב מי הפריטים שבעצם מופיעים הכי הרבה, איזה סוג תמונה הם שמו, רקע לבן, תמונה על האצבע, או הדוגמה שהיא נתנה, ששמתי נגיד תגיד של טבעת נישואין, והפריטים שלי מאוד מאוד צבעונים ומאוד ילדותיים, אז זה בזבוז לשים את הטבעת נישואין, כי כל האחרים בכלל הם טבעות זהב וזה דברים אחרים, ואני מנסה להידחף אם תגיד לא מתאימה, וכנראה שבגלל זה זה לא כל כך עובד. Another question, Pam. Is it right to put only once in only one tag the word gift, like gift for mom, and then if I want to write gift for dad, maybe I shouldn't use the word gift but use the word present, because Etsy can do like mix and match with the tags.
Yeah, absolutely correct that Etsy can mix and match. So if you can think of synonyms and things like gift and present, sounds good. Yeah, so you don't have to repeat words. I don't stress if, for example, your item's a ring and you're describing it in a couple of ways. You've got a couple of really awesome keywords that both finish in the word ring. I don't worry about maybe having it in two tags. It's not, you're not penalized for it. It just means you have less space to put in other words. But if it's a really important superstar keyword that I'm wanting to do that exact match for, then I perhaps won't mind about saying it twice. But you can absolutely, something like your gift for tags, they're very rarely your superstar keywords. They're the ones that, okay, we'll throw them in at the end. So yeah, gift for dad, present for grandma, fantastic, yes. And for anyone that doesn't know, absolutely, Etsy can mix and match. So a good one with that is, imagine the gift for mom tag. If you were aiming for gift for mom, gift for aunt, gift for sister, gift for grandma, rather than having 5 or 6 different tags used up, you could say gift for mom, and your next tag could be aunt, sister, grandma, whatever else will fit in there. And then if someone searches for gift for grandma, then the Etsy algorithm can go, oh, this has gift for in one tag and grandma in the other. We're going to mix and match. And yes, you're relevant for that as well.
I'll translate it. אז התשובה היא כן. אוקיי. אני עכשיו אעריך רגע, השאלה הייתה אם אפשר אם אני רוצה נגיד גיפט, לשים תגיד כגיפט פור מאם, נגיד מתנה לאמא, וגם אני רוצה לשים תגיד מתנה לאבא. אז האם זה לא בזבוז לשים את המילה מתנה? אולי עדיף לרשום שי לאבא? אז אם את אפילו אפשר ללכת את זה עוד יותר רחוק, לשים מתנה לאמא, ואז תגיד אחת של אבא, דוד, דודה, סבתא. זאת אומרת, והמערכת תדע לקחת מיקס ומאץ', לא חשוב. לעומת זאת היא ככה אמרה, אבל שימו לב, אם יש ממש ביטויים שהם, אין לי כרגע משהו, אולי עם ישראל חי. זאת אומרת, גם עם ישראל חם וגם עם ישראל, נצח ישראל לא יישכח, משהו בסגנון, אז אחלה. אז שימו את שתיהן, כאילו, גם אם זה דברים שיש חזרה על המילה ישראל, אם זה ממש ביטוי כאילו שהוא די ברור שמחפשים, זה בסדר גם לחזור, לא כזה נורא. אוקיי? בואו נראה כאן. אוקיי, does Erank recommend for short titles or long titles? I mean, let me try to ask you it once again. For short titles, or is it better to write delicate pearl necklace, or should I write pearl necklace, delicate necklace, necklace for mom, wonderful necklace on the title?
Yeah, great question that's asked all the time. Etsy mentions it provides short, concise titles. However, it doesn't penalize for longer titles. The example you gave there, I would probably go with something in the middle. So you don't need to say like delicate necklace, something necklace, this necklace. You definitely don't need to repeat it. So you could make it into a sentence. Think how you would explain it to somebody else. So if you had, it was a delicate necklace, it was a pearl necklace, it was a gold necklace. You don't need to say all those three things in the title. You could say a delicate pearl necklace in gold, or a delicate gold pearl necklace, or however you would explain it to somebody. Then for the extra things like gift for mom or whatever, you can then just separate that with a comma or a pipe or a dash or whatever you like and say gift for mom or perfect gift for mom. There's no right and wrong way. As I say, Etsy doesn't penalize for keyword stuffing, doing that delicate necklace, dainty necklace, pearl necklace, gold. It's just, it's not necessary because you can put it into a nicer sounding phrase. It works for some listings. Have a look at your competition and see how they're doing. For me, what I find, if you really keyword stuff, if it's a title that when you try and say it, you run out of breath and you sound a bit like a robot, that almost cheapens the item, because that makes a title like how something like Temu or Wish would title their items. So people have this kind of association. So remember, it's not just the algorithm. If something's searching and they see this, like if it's for wedding dresses, perhaps don't do that dodgy keyword stuffing. If it's for, a cheap little fun badge, maybe people are a little more forgiving for keyword stuffing on that.
Okay, I'll try to translate it. השאלה הייתה אם עדיף כותרת קצרה או ארוכה, או יותר נכון כותרת קריאה, אוקיי, או כותרת שמלאה בביטויים, עם חזרתיות. אז היא אמרה, קודם כל, אצי לא מענישים על כותרת שהיא שרשרת ארוכה, שרשרת לאישה, שרשרת זהב. ההמלצה שהיא אומרת, אני מעדיפה לעשות לא כותרת קצרה, אלא ללכת בין לבין. בעצם שרשרת ארוכה, שרשרת זהב ארוכה לאישה. אוקיי, זה הרבה יותר רידבל, הרבה יותר קרי, מאשר לרשום שרשרת זהב, שרשרת ארוכה, שרשרת לאישה. והיא אומרת, זה גם טיפה מוזיל את המוצר, שזה רשום ככה כמו איזה רובוט. היא אמרה, נותן יותר הרגשה של וויש או טימו, אוקיי, האתרים הסינים. ולכן עדיף, וזה גם מה שאצי כל הזמן אומרים, ואגב, גם גוגל, דברו ללקוחות בצורה ברורה, אנחנו ניקח את זה משם, אנחנו נדע לעשות מזה תגיות מהכותרות. זה בעצם מה שהמערכות, שאצי מכוונים אותנו. אז אני גם, בשביל זה יש בדיוק את התגיות לדבר כמו רובוט, לשים ביטויים. עוד מישהו שאלה? היה כאן שאלה על ה-deactivate, אז one minute, Pam, sorry. אז השאלה, ה-deactivated, בעצם להוריד, הורידו כמה פריטים שלא באשמתה, העתיקו ממנה ולכן הורידו. היא אומרת שאצי לא ממש מענישים על זה בגלל שהורידו פריטים. אם זה באופן סדרתי, אטסי כותבים לנו, תקשיבו, הורדנו לכם עוד פריט ועוד פריט, הם מודיעים לנו שיש כאן משהו לא תקין. באיזה שלב אני ראיתי כבר חנויות שהודיעו להם שהורידו לכם את הפריט, ואל תעשו יותר את הטעות הזאת. זה בדרך כלל קורה על שאתם משתמשים במילות, מילים אסורות, זאת אומרת, במותגים וכאלה, ואז באמת זה מסוכן. אם מורידים אתכם על חשד להעתקה וכאלה, בגלל שהמערכת ה-AI של אטסי מוצאת תמונה שלכם באתר סיני, כמו שקרה אצל אורית, אני מציע א' להתעקש איתם, ההתעקשות לוקחת המון זמן בכל תחום כאן, חלקכם שאני רואה כאן, חוויתם סגירת חנויות והם נפתחו בחזרה אחרי התעקשות ניצחת אינסופית, אפשר כאן חצי מכם יכולים לעשות לי שלום היד, אני צוחק, אבל זה קורה. פשוט צריך להתעקש איתם להחזיר, הדירוג לא אמור להיפגע מזה. אוקיי. So, שאלה אחרונה, נשחרר אותה לארוחת ל9 לצהריים. Okay, so Pam, we would like to thank you very much for your time and for your for this lecture. It was great. We learned a lot. Many thanks. And if you can put the link to your YouTube channel on the chat now, so we will all have it. It will be great.
Certainly, yeah, and thank you so much for having me here. I hope everyone understood and learnt some, but it was great fun for me. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, so thank you so much. And I'm just finding my YouTube. What to sell in 2024? The biggest trends from Etsy, Pinterest, Hobbycraft, and more. It's that time. Yes. Sorry about that.
And
yes.
Anyway, you will put the link and I will share it in our Facebook group as well. היא שמה את הקישור למי שרוצה. So תודה רבה, פם, תודה and shalom, as we practiced earlier. From all of us. Many thanks. And for you guys, תודה רבה שהשתתפתם. הקלטתי את זה, אני אעלה את ההקלטה, אני אשלח לכולם את ההקלטה, את הקישור לאירנק, מה שצריך, וגם את הקישור אליה, שווה לעקוב אחריה. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Pam. It was a pleasure.
Thank you so much, guys. That was great.
Bye. Good evening. Bye all.
Thank you. Bye-bye.